Hey everyone, Graham here with the latest updates on We Share Abundance and everything associated. Okay, we are broadcasting live on Twitch, YouTube, and in our Facebook group We Share Abundance publicly, or I hope we are anyway. Today is the 13th, Friday the 13th. Are you superstitious? Friday the 13th. And of May, and no matter what platform you're watching on, you're very welcome. But usually we only see comments from the Facebook group. Don't know why, but that's the way it tends to happen. So I'm going to be heading over to Facebook in just a moment, check that we are broadcasting, and I'll be able to interact with people, answer any questions, and provide the latest updates. And all I've got to do now is find Facebook and go to We Share Abundance publicly. This is our Facebook group, and here we have May the 13th, 2022. Looking good so far. And I've got to get my volume turned off. Okay. We've got Russ Cowley there, but the Facebook comments don't seem to be working very well. We got Russ, and he says that coming through loud and clear, but I'm not sure if we have things working as they should be. Russ Cowley, of course, is from Newcastle, and maybe things are working, maybe they're not. I can't. We've got another comment in there, Kingsley from Manchester in the UK, and Morris from the Netherlands. So I think maybe I was thinking that things weren't working, and maybe they are. We got Norman from Doncaster, UK, Deborah from Southern Alabama, USA. Today has been a lovely day, actually. Still have that cold wind, but is that okay with let the sunshine in? Maybe it's better like that. Okay. I don't think there is any Avazu webinars tonight, Friday. We've got Peter from Kettering just popped in the UK. But tomorrow, of course, Saturday, they have a big question and answer session in Avazu at 5 o'clock UK time. And I'll be sending a reminder out to everybody about that. I'd hoped to get to it already, but I haven't. But I will send it out when we leave here, because it's very important for anybody that hasn't already verified their ticket to do it now. Make sure that they get everything updated, and they will be able to retain any free entries they've got and get their ticket sorted out. The deadline is getting very close, and if they don't do that, it would be a tragedy, a shame for anybody to lose that ticket that they've been given, which could be worth $1 billion. So it is important. So I will get that message out when we finish here. Ibra Hussein Ali. Multiply Visa is Visa out. Always has been, always will be. And we've got Derek from West Palm Beach, Florida as well. Just popped in. Where do we go? Where do we go? 5 minutes past. We'll get started in another minute. And then anybody that's later than that will have to watch the replay. We'll get on with things. We'll get them done. And if it's sunny and weather like this, you'll be able to enjoy it wherever you are. If it's raining, enjoy it wherever you are as well, whatever the weather. Lancashire doing really well in the Roses cricket match. They declared on, can't remember the total now, 596 I think it was, declared 596 for 9, and they had a wicket, an early wicket from Yorkshire. I don't know whether they've taken any more wickets. I did notice that Anderson getting punished. Usually, I mean, his economy rate is usually really, really low, under 2 and over. But he was up at 4 or 5 or 6 and over or something like that. I don't know. They're really taking a liking to his bowling. So hopefully they can press home an advantage anyway and get a good win. Where are we? Dave Jackson from London has just come in, and we are going to start right now with, as is our custom, a short prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that all members' hearts may be filled with unconditional love. And through that love, each member may find the joy of service. And bless each member, Lord, that through that service, they find true happiness and everything they need in life. Amen. And we are, what are we? We are a cloud nation. We accept people from any nation, any location, any background, anything else that you may consider a superficial difference. We treat everybody here the same, even though we recognize that everybody is unique and has unique talents and something different to offer. And so we are a cloud nation. We are the United States of the world, and we are happy and grateful to live in the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as in heaven, that it may banish all divisive inharmonies and help us all to become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. We can't change anything other than ourselves, but by changing ourselves, we can help to change the world. Change is an interesting subject. It's the only consistent thing in life is change. Everything is changing all the time. The scenery, the sun, the clouds, the plants, the grass, you and I. Everything is in motion and is changing. There is nothing stable. And yet, we try and resist change. We're comfortable with where we are. We want to resist change. And I was thinking about this today because we have set up an investors club to help our members benefit from some programs that are out there that offer high returns. And there are risks with any business. And some people consider that the businesses that offer high returns are higher risk than other types of business. It's not necessarily the case, but it often follows that rule. And I see people knocking some of the programs. Good people, credible people, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they are doing it for any particular reason, what they're saying they believe, but they're judging programs today that have new technology, this automatic artificial intelligence that people talk about is being developed and developed and developed. And artificial intelligence has been around for a long time. It was first talked about, I don't know, centuries ago, but it's only really coming to true fruition where a computer program learns from what goes on around it, from the reaction that it gets to anything that it puts out there, or any information that it comes in the same way that we glean information and learn and grow in our ability to assess things. So computer programs can now, and today's world change happens so much faster. 30 years ago, there was no internet. 12 years ago, or no, a little bit longer, 13 years ago, I think, there was no blockchain, no Bitcoin, no Ethereum, no cryptocurrencies. They didn't exist. And it's within the last few years that AI has started to flourish and be used more and more. And so people that are talking about, there's one comment in particular, because some of the programs we're in are paying 3% per day. Now, they claim to be doing this through transactions on the internet, arbitrage, trading, this sort of thing. Multiply yielding. And the people that are looking at these and knocking it are saying that it's impossible to have 3% per day income, because if that was the case, you could put $3 or $4 into the pot, receive 3% per day, compound that, just let it sit there, and within 2 or 3 years, you would become the richest man on the planet. And that isn't possible. Why isn't it possible? 50 years ago, it would have been considered impossible for somebody like Elon Musk to start a program called X.com, which was an online bank, change its name to PayPal, sell it for a fortune, and use that fortune through the power of the internet to become the richest man in the world in a relatively short space of time. 50 years ago, it would have been considered impossible for somebody to develop a computer program that would make them the richest person in the world. within a few years. It was thought only possible that maybe through good fortune, hard work, a lot of intelligence, that over a period of 50, 60, 70 years, maybe you could become really extremely wealthy from trading and buying and selling stocks and shares and using all your forces in the way that Warren Buffett has done and become one of the richest people in the world. But that was the reality 50 odd years ago. The internet changed it. We have people that have used the internet, like Bill Gates, not the internet, but computer technology, Microsoft, to rapidly become the richest man in the world, who was then passed as the richest man in the world in even less time by Jeff Bezos, who used the internet initially to just sell books and built the Amazon empire. And then in even less time, we have Elon Musk, who's used the internet and associated resources. I'm not saying these people aren't brilliant as well at doing what they're doing and building their business, but the speed with which they're able to do this and become even wealthier than the people that have gone before in less time is something totally new. So why not have a computer program that can perform thousands of transactions per second to create a profit, transactions that would take a human being maybe a week, they can do in a second, and through that generate profits of 3% per day and more. Why isn't it possible? We have people that say it is possible and they're paying that out. It is also possible that some of these people don't have those systems and they are just using the hype to run Ponzi schemes. And that is why there is a risk attached to these businesses. But it's also highly possible that these programs do exist. There's a friend of mine who has built a program. It's okay, it's not generating 3% a day, but it's doing over 1% a day. And so why not have a program that can generate 3% a day? And what if somebody does put in a few dollars and leaves it and they become the richest man in the world in 2 or 3 years? Why isn't it possible? Change is happening all the time. As I say, it's the only consistent thing. We're all changing. Everything around us is changing consistently and ever more rapidly in this modern world. Changes used to take a long time. The advancement, the evolution of things took a long, long time. But now things happen so quickly. The music industry had sheet music, and then it had records, and there were 78 RPM records. They were big and they were plastic things and they could be broken and smashed, and then they developed more flexible ones that played at 45 revolutions per minute with a better sound, and then 33 revolutions per minute with a better sound. And things were all going well, and then all of a sudden, boom, that changed, and we had CDs. And that record industry that had taken years to build up, many years to build up, was gone overnight. And CDs were around, and now really they've gone because now people stream things through MP3s and everything, and the same is happening with all sorts of different industries. Things are changing, so why isn't it possible? I'm not saying that the programs that we have are safe and credible and are using valid programming that is producing this. We don't know. The only way we can find out is by testing them. And through our Investors Club, we reduce the risk and maximize the potential. And we only need one program that is genuine, that does produce 3% per day for us to become amongst the richest people on the planet, if that's what you want to be. Okay, I don't want to be the richest person on the planet. I don't care. I'm not going to be here for that long anyway now, you know. If I live another 10 or 20 years, I'll have passed all the average lifespans for people. I think I'm already probably past, I don't know. But it's there and it will happen. Now, whether it happens with the programs we've got now, I don't know. We'll only find out. But through our Investors Club, we have that potential to minimize the risk, maximize the potential. And who knows, somebody listening to this broadcast today may say, okay, I'm going to kick in with this. I'm going to leave it in there. I'm not going to draw any money out. And they're going to become the richest man in the world, the richest woman in the world, the richest person in the world within 2 or 3 years. It is possible. Okay, so that's why we have the Investors Club. We want to allow people to get involved in that, no matter what their resources are currently, even if they can only scrape together $12 or so. We want people everywhere to be able to get involved and have that chance, because I believe that chance exists. Okay, who else have we got in? Let me have a look. We saw Derek from West Palm Beach, I remember. Dave Jackson from London, did we see? Anyway, we have now. Welcome, London, UK, of course. Willie Suppo from Malawi. Prince from Ghana. Andrew from New Zealand. Tony Mengi saying greetings to Dave. But Tony Mengi, I don't know where you're from. We got Richard from Devon. Akpomadayi from Nigeria. Okay, having gone through that, the Investors Club, I've recorded a video about that. I was hoping to get it all done and up, because we are going to expand into different programs that are available to people, and I've been puzzling out over how are we going to do it through the course of the day. We do have now in cryptocurrency just over $10,000. I'm not sure what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin's dropped off a little bit now because some of it's in Bitcoin, and we've just dropped down under $10,000, 9,980. So hopefully Bitcoin's going to rally a little bit and we're going to get back to over 10,000. I'll be able to transfer that Bitcoin into Tether, because 7,500 of that roughly is in Bitcoin. We've got 2,500 just over in Tether, but I need to transfer the other. It's taken until just before I came for this broadcast to get this all organized. It's not easy to move relatively large sums. I mean, they're big sums for me. I'm not used to doing anything like that in Bitcoin. To move them around from fiat into currency. And in fact, one of our bank accounts that we set up for We Share Abundance, a business bank account, has closed our account because we put funds through them that we wanted to use for buying cryptocurrency. They said we can't do that, we don't allow cryptocurrency. So I said okay. So I transferred it into a different account to buy the cryptocurrency with. But they've still decided that, okay, we're not having that. We're closing your account. So we have lost a bank account again because of a connection with cryptocurrency. It's crazy, isn't it? These banks are going to get wiped out, and the sooner the better. Okay, we've got Ned from Fresno in California, and Kingsley said, sir, my Facebook request for the program is still pending. Yeah, that's another thing I'll do when I leave the broadcast today. I've not approved any membership requests today for the Facebook group for WSA.money. WSA.money is our website for the Investors Club. And if you are an investor, we have a Facebook group which is only available to active investors who agree to the rules of the group, because in there we will be sharing information that is only for the eyes of the people that are in our investors club. Okay, and we got Charmaine. The banks need to get on with the program. The banks need to get with the program. Sorry, I put on with in there. Don't know where I got that from. So Charmaine's in as well. She's from Morocco, I think, Charmaine. But there you go. We will overcome. Nothing is going to stop us in doing what we're doing. Nothing is going to stop us in getting to the promised land of Eden, in the safe harbor of abundance. We are on that voyage. We are breaking new ground all the time. I was speaking with Dave earlier on today from Avazu, and they're on a final push for things with their programming. They've got a big team there. They've got a lot of money behind them, of course. They're not like us who are on a shoestring budget. And they are fixing bugs as they come up and doing things. And that's another reason why it's very important to get on that call tomorrow, 5 o'clock British summertime, noon Eastern Standard Time, and get all the updates and get your questions answered, because things are moving now with Avazu. And I was talking to him about their CRC. They are going to clone that for us. They've been so busy, they've not been able to do it and they're still busy, but now they have it in their to-do list, if you like, the same as we put things in the to-do list for our development. And they're going to clone that for us, so we'll have our own social media presence. What are we going to call it? We don't want to call it the Avazu CRC. We don't even want to call it the We Share Abundance CRC. But we do want to have a name for it. And so some suggestions for names might be a good idea. Pop them into the Facebook group and we'll see what comes up, because that will be happening in the not too distant future. And interestingly, Dave suggested that they had a link from their site, their CRC, into our site, whatever we call our site, and vice versa. So people that have joined the Avazu CRC would say, okay, there's another one here, let's join that one, boom, and we'll get feedback from that into our social media site, into our social media site, into everything that we're doing. And of course, the more acceptance we get, the more everything will start to work. It's all about optimism, development. Who's to say that within 2 or 3 years, We Share Abundance is not the richest business on the internet? It could be one individual, it could be one company, one community that overtakes everybody else. As I was talking about this change just earlier, we are going to be up there amongst the top people. We're going to have more members than almost any other organization, and possibly more than any other organization eventually, because of what we set out to do, because we want to banish poverty. And the only way we can do that is by helping people change their attitude. We've got to first give them a bit of hope by being able to put bread on the table, fix the hole in the roof, stop the evictions, put shoes on the kids' feet, pay for their education. In fact, we can probably do better than that. We can provide education, which is better than anything that is out there currently. All these things we can do because we'll need to do all those things to banish poverty. We will not banish poverty by giving handouts to people that are living in poverty. We have to let them know that the handouts are just the light at the end of the tunnel. They're a bit of hope, and that if they change the way that they think and act, there's no need to live in poverty. And that's how we're going to banish poverty. The initial handouts are the bait on the hook, if you like. The hook is there to reel them in and say, look, change your life for the better. Do it this way. And we can provide them with everything they need to help them do that. And that is what we're going to do. And where are we? Let's have a look. Living in Morocco from South Africa, Charmaine is. Oh, I didn't know you were from South Africa, Charmaine. I knew you were living in Morocco. And then we've got Mustafa in from Pakistan as well. Okay. Devyani today fixed some things that I've been talking about, and she's been making some changes. I hope you've been able to get into your messaging systems and see that there is a new, not a tab, a new, there's a way now to contact your personal referrals on a one-by-one basis, or you will be able to select groups of them. And this is, it's already there that you can select them manually. You can go through and click on them, and it shows at the moment, I think, just the Easy Business Builder status, but we are also adding the pool staking status of your members. You'll be able to see who has staked what pools and what level they're at in the Business Builder. You'll be able to target groups of them in different ways. You know, if they've staked a pool but they're not in the Business Builder, or if they're in the Business Builder but they haven't staked the pools, or whatever, you know, you'll be able to get in touch with them and talk to them and say, look, you know, do this and do that. This is going to help you. And by Monday, because I've seen the update from her, I know where we are with it. I talked to her earlier on today. I left her to do it then, because we've got a lot of projects that we've got a big meeting on Monday with development. And but Monday it'll be there and it'll be uploaded, and you'll be able to search. You know, you'll be able to search and say, okay, I want to search for everybody that is a warrior chief, or everybody that has staked +1 2 or something like that, you know. You'll be able to do it by groups, and you'll be able to contact them. You'll be able to message them either individually or as a group, and you'll be able to have those conversations going two-way. Okay, so it's a big improvement on what we had. It's what we always planned, but it wasn't there. It's taken a week, which is pretty good, really, to get that done, because it's a big task, and that should be complete Monday. And as I say, I've got a big meeting then with Deviani for where we're going, what we're doing. I also have a meeting planned with Dave tomorrow, another meeting, but the last meeting we had was very brief. A longer, more chat. We're going to have a video get together, and hopefully we'll get this CRC thing organized, and I'll find out what we need to do to be integrated into that, and what Deviani will need to do. But that's another big step forward. It will be a social media site. We will demand positive aspects, positive input from everybody. Anybody that wants to be negative will not be welcome, and will be possibly warned, but definitely if it persists, they will be kicked out and they won't be able to get back in. We're only looking for people that are positive. We want to mix with positive people. We want to be positive. We want all the advantages of being positive. That's what We Share Abundance is about, okay? Maurice Odekin says, Weezer plus Avazu, Wavazo. Oh dear. Yeah, no, we need we need suggestions, but we don't really, even though we'll link our social media site to theirs, we want to be totally unique in our name, rather than sharing with them in the way that they're totally unique in their name. There is the Avazu CRC or whatever. Can't remember what it says at the top of the thing. I think it probably does say Avazu CRC, but I appreciate your effort and your thought there, Maurice. But let's be completely unique. Let's try and find something that says that we are a positive social media site on a mission to banish poverty, and everybody's welcome as long as they stay positive. And we put that into one little word, okay? And that's what we'll be. We won't be Facebook, and we won't be Twitter, and we won't be Twitch, and we won't be whatever else there is out there, Instagram or Snapit or TikTok. But we need something that is going to be catchy and people are going to catch on to, and that we can develop into something that will go viral. And anyway, yeah, that's where we are with development and talks with Avazu. We're not connected in any way to Avazu. It's just that we have a lot of members in Avazu, and we've formed a good friendship with Avazu, and they think we've helped them. I'm not sure how, but they want to help us. So it's a nice relationship that we have, where they think they've had lots and lots of benefits from us, and we feel we've had lots and lots of benefits from them. You know, they've attempted to give all our members a $100 ticket for their raffle at no cost. Most of our members haven't taken them up. Why? I don't know. You know, if somebody was walking down the street giving out $100 bills, would you say, oh no, I don't want that? Well, no. And that $100 raffle ticket could be worth $1 billion or $1 million or $100,000 or whatever the prize is that it could, even if it's only $10, it's free. You know, if you saw a $10 bill in the street, would you say, oh, I don't want that, it's only $10? I don't know. Maybe you would. I wouldn't. I'd pick, if I see a 1 cent, I pick it up. I know if you're if you Elon Musk or Bill Gates or somebody, it's not even worth your time to bend down and pick up a $100 bill. You make a lot more than that in the time it would take to pick it up. But I'd still pick it up even if I was in that position, which I never will be. Okay, so that's where we are with the development. I have still not properly sorted out the tracking for the leads that we're getting in. It's still not working as it should. And I've not done much on it today, I'll be honest. I've been trying to get my head around how we're going to run the Investors Club for the benefit of everybody. And that in itself is something that will attract more people to We Share Abundance. You can offer it to people, you know. It's like a mutual fund of opportunities. There's nothing else like that out there either. In addition to nothing like We Share Abundance, this is something else that We Share Abundance does that there's nothing like. So it's something else you can offer people. People that see these opportunities say, oh yeah, I'd get involved in that if I didn't have to put in $100 or $1,000 or $2,000. Well, they can get involved in that now for $12. And I think $12 will always be our minimum. I think we'll keep that same pattern because we've got that set up for debit and credit cards and crypto pay and things like that. But we have to find a way of allowing people to say, yeah, I want to be in all the programs, or I want to be in all but this one, or, you know, that's where it gets a little bit more complicated. And we have to allow people to benefit from their one-time investment of just $12, because there's a lot of people that's all they can afford and that's all they're prepared to get started with. But as we, you know, things like Medify yielders, we get to that 6-week period and we'll have got our money back. And so that money, those funds will be available to our members in there to reuse in additional plans. And each plan, of course, that we take on is different. They have different rules. They have different ways that you can earn money. The values and everything are different. And so we have to calculate things for those plans in a different way. And it takes a little bit of thought, but I think I'm on the right track now. Derek Murray, where are we with regards to the funds opportunity? That is the next one we'll be adding into the Investors Club, Derek. But people can get involved in that now. You only need $10 to get involved in it. Okay. Don't refer people if you haven't got $10, because you will lose them. Ideally, you want $30, because I'm not I've got to be honest, I'm not exactly sure how the difference between the $10 and the $30 works, but I know that $10 you can also get involved in the staking. I know that $30 a month is the best place to be if you're going to be referring people, because it opens up their car bonus and their mortgage bonus plans and things like that. I mean, you don't have to use it for a car or a mortgage. It's a way of you earning more money through automated income streams that are within their formula. So $30 a month is the place to be, but you need to have enough staked to cover that $30 a month, especially if you're not recruiting. If you're recruiting, you can get $30 a month pretty easily from the commissions that you get from referring people. But if you don't want to refer people, then you need another way to make sure that $30 a month is covered. And a $300 stake will always pay for that. If you're at the $10 level, a $100 stake will cover that. Yeah. But I need to clarify better. I've asked some questions about the difference between the 10 and the 30 so that I'm not misleading people. But I know that 30 is the ideal place to be, $30 a month. And if you're at that $30 a month, you need a $300 stake to cover that. If you can stake more than $300, then that's better still, because that's building you additional, more income, you know. So it's a case of building things up. But I will be doing a video on it. But I want those questions that I've asked answered, so that I've got it clear in my mind, so I can make sure I'm giving you the right information. But right now, my recommendation is to join funds, FUNDSZ. It's in the downline builder in We Share Abundance. Join it, but get in at some level or other as a paid member. Otherwise, you're going to lose your referrals. We lost one already, because when the links were released and I was in the process of paying for mine, and I put my link out. When I say mine, it's the corporate account, if you like, and somebody's funds process faster than mine, and that person now is lost to us forever, even though they were referred by us, because their funds went through quicker. Boom, they're gone, lost. So make sure you get upgraded as quickly as you possibly can for $10 or for $30. It's a monthly commitment, but we will be sorting out a way for you to benefit from funds through our investors club, in the same way that we're doing with Medify Yielders. We are, as I say, pretty much ready for Medify Yielders. We are back just over 10,000. I'm just looking at our account now. We are back just over 10,000 now. I think, and I hope, and I pray that by tomorrow that Bitcoin level will be a little bit higher. It doesn't need to go much higher. It'll just give us a little bit of a boost to get involved. If we miss out on the deal that they've got at 4.2%, that's no big thing. If we get it, okay, that's fine too. But we have the funds to do that, but they need to transfer all into one currency. I can't put money in different currencies into Medify Yielders, because what you put in goes into a smart contract. So if you were to put in 5,000 in Bitcoin and 5,000 in Tether, you would have two smart contracts of 5,000 each. We need a 10,000 smart contract if we want that 4.2% as opposed to the 3.3%. So it does need to be transferred before we get in. It's all the really hard part is done now. We just need God's grace for Bitcoin to just come up in value a bit, so that when we transfer from Bitcoin to Tether and pay the exchange fees and things, we still have sufficient funds to get in at the $10,000 level. So that's where we are with the Investors Club, and that's what's happening with funds, which will be our next project in there. I will get a video done on that. I've done most of the calculations and work for it, but it's a bit difficult to explain just talking about it. Okay, but it's good. We've got that Investors Club, which is something new to us really, but it's unique in the whole space. We have also our social media thing, which is progressing, which not many opportunities have anything like that. It would have taken us a long time to develop. Okay, you can buy scripts out there that are not really very good, but this will be tailored to us. It'll be our own color schemes and logos and names, and it will be a social media site. We'll use it more openly than Avazu do. We'll allow anybody to be a member of our social media site. They don't have to be a member of We Share Abundance, but of course we will push We Share Abundance through our social media site. And as it grows, then so our influence will grow, and so ultimately our tokens will grow in liquidity and value. And that's what everybody wants. The most common questions I get in many emails, apart from the ones that say I'm going to burn your house down and all this sort of thing, because they think I'm a rogue. I can understand it, but rogues don't tell you where they live, and they hide behind things. We've always been open. We've not run away with anybody's funds or anything. They're all there. You just need a bit of patience. But the most common question I get about, the email I get, apart from all the bad ones, is when can we have withdrawals? Why don't we get withdrawals? And of course, you do have withdrawals now from funds that you earn through the Easy Business Builder. But people want them from the Wealth Builder side, and I can understand that as well. But we can't do it until we've got that liquidity built up. And there's lots of ways of doing it, and what we've been talking about right now are some of the ways that we can do it. So that pretty much covers today's stuff. Watch for your inbox. I don't know whether I gave you the numbers yesterday, but there's not much to them anyway. Today, similar to yesterday, we've got 16 new registered members, 12 new active members. We now have 6,138 active members. Multiply Weezer, we got 1 new email verified member, and we've got, over the last 2 days, because I don't think I gave it yesterday anyway, it was up $1 yesterday and it's up $1 again today. We now have $9,864.67 in the bonus pool there. So lots going on, and I'm just going to check Melon app before I disappear to see if we are getting comments from YouTube or anywhere. No, we're not. So that's it. I'm going to open the curtains, and I'm going to, in my usual way, so you can put your earplugs in now or switch off. This lovely day has flown away. The time has come to part. Auf Wiedersehen, auf Wiedersehen. We'll meet again. Same time, same place. Tomorrow with the latest updates where we are with We Share Abundance, our Investors Club, our multiple income streams, our SOAP program, our cash cow program, and everything associated. Until then, auf